Okay guys, so I've gone through this design a bunch, and by the way, I actually, since that last clip of the time-lapse me building this, I've been on a complete vacation and stuff. Anyways, welcome back to another episode of Creepycraft. Today is episode 3, and yeah, we're gonna be starting things off by testing out the new tree farm, so let's get into it. Alright, so first things first, we need to turn it on. And we should see some stuff happening. That looks right. That looks right. That also looks right. Yes, 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 and yes. Everything looks pretty much right, except for up there. Okay, so alright, let me turn this off. We need to look at the top area of the pistons, but the TNT dupers work. that is the part that I was worried about, to be honest. Anyways, that works. I'm gonna get to working on that section. I'll see you guys right after I finish it. Why is this going again? I don't know. But yeah, like I said, I'll be right back. Alrighty guys, so I've just hopped onto a spectator account that I just got whitelisted. And yeah, I've just found some problems up there, so it's time for test number 2, and we should see this thing working. This is the one thing about big farms that you do with the schematic mod, is you don't know what's wrong. But let's go ahead and do this and see if that fixes that piston problem. There we go. There. That looks right, and then those are still working. So yeah, I think we actually have a working system apart from our collection system down below, which I'm not going to do today, guys, but we will do next episode. But it's good to know that this thing is working properly. So with that being said, guys, I think it's time to move on in this episode. And yeah, like I said, I think later in the episode we're going to do that storage system, or next episode. Probably later in this episode, though, given the amount of time I've actually used up for this episode. I have plenty of time, so we'll see. But we'll see what happens by the time I actually get there. And oh my gosh, the mobs. Okay, let's turn this off. Do that. And yeah, we also need to get some saplings. Oh, that didn't sound good. Nope, it was just lag and 2 explosions sounding. Okay. Oh my goodness. Ugh. Oh man, I need this to stop. Oh, there's phantoms. I don't like phantoms. Stop. I need to go to bed. Oh no. Get me away from here. Oh my goodness gracious, man. This is something that man, I'm just not going too well with this. Alright, let's do that, and let's get sleeping. Okay, so before I stop this recording and move on to start preparing for the next little section of this episode, I do want to talk about my plans for this area. Okay, so as you guys know, I had a trip, and that trip was pretty darn cool. Taking a break from the YouTube and the playing video games and stuff. It was good. I enjoyed it myself, and it was great. But I'm back now, and I had basically so many ideas that it was kind of hard to not be here and work on stuff, because I got so many ideas. Anyways, I was smart enough to bring a notepad and pencil with me so I could write them all down. And yeah, so the one thing that I do like about this river is it is extremely wide right over here. Which makes for a really interesting dock, like an ability to make a dock right here, like a really nice river dock. I don't know if you guys know, but a lot of rivers, if they're big enough, they transport lots of items through rivers. And so if I am able, with this area too, also would work. But I do like this area over here. And the other thing that I want to point out is look at the ground color here versus here, right? And the idea is I wanted to do a steampunk style area for my base. Now, The idea is that this whole savannah area is gonna turn into the steampunk slums. So it's gonna be like a slum city sort of thing, where it has all these factories. This we're gonna build up a giant tower above. It's gonna be the centerpiece of the slums, and then we're gonna have all these transport tubes coming up to a circular steampunk style floating city, which is going to be the air docks, right? So a lot of the older equipment that runs on the river is going to still use this dock, but it's going to be really kind of overrun and overused, because this is the more poor area of the area. That didn't make any sense. But then up here we have the new and improved air docks with, the airships steampunk technology, and there's going to be ships coming in with all sorts of goodies, and a huge circle made out of spruce. And yeah, it's going to be really cool, I think. And yeah, that also brings me to the other part, is that it's going to extend over to the jungle. So this isn't going to be the center. Like this, the center is going to be right over here, probably above this bamboo forest, or over here. But I do kind of like this area here. And then what we would do is we'd expand it all the way over to this area here, where I've set up my breeder. And this is going to be another floating part of the floating city. But I think we want to start the center over here, above this right here, probably, because that gives us, actually, now that I think about it, we don't need to be close to the tree farm. Like, there's nothing stopping us. So I think what I want to do is base it above the jungle, like over here by this thing, right, and have this floating city, right. And then I'm gonna start populating the slum, or the steampunk slums here, because the landscape here is almost perfect for it. Like this hill and this hill give like an almost perfect entrance to the dock, right? You can put a huge gate here and fill in walls there, and you have this area to work with. You can put stuff on top of the hills. You got this huge tower, and you got all this other space to put farms, and then we can build up the docks, right? And then at the docks, we're going to have item elevators, which are going to be pipes going all the way up to the steampunk style floating city, which I'm really excited to build, but I'm also excited to build the slums. Both are going to be really cool, and kind of different styles. Like this is going to be more overrun, and that's going to be more freshly built steampunk. Like it's all like in the steampunk style, but it's not like run down like down here. And it's going to be kind of new and everything, which I haven't seen many people do. Most steampunks type styles are really run down. But that brings me to the other thing, is this, after we've cleared this out, we're going to completely enhance this biome. I think we're actually going to take advantage of this hill here and then make a wall. We'll have wall, have this hill in the middle. And we're going to make the biome here, instead of a savanna, a dead jungle, right? We're going to take jungle trees, grow them, and then, it'll have the color of this leaf, which will be perfect because we can decorate it properly to make it kind of dead. And I think that's going to be a really cool idea. Now, I spent a lot of time just talking about plants. It's really hard to imagine, but yeah, that's the idea. That is the idea. That is for sure the idea. So if we come up here, I think that is kind of gives you guys a good idea of what I want to do with this area eventually. Of course, this is going to slowly be filled up with farms. That's the idea of this area. And the area up top is going to be housing our storage system, which that's why we have the pipes going up. And it's also going to be housing kind of the more like nicer kind of farms that I can decorate in that style versus this style. So, farms like a tree farm that don't look too good are probably going to end up down here. And we're going to, I don't know how I'm going to decorate this, but I'm going to somehow incorporate this obsidian, and then I'm going to have to cover up the redstone. But next time I think what I'm going to do is have open redstone, but style like instead of using smooth bricks, I'm going to use like spruce planks and run down stuff, like kind of make it decorated. Anyways, I've done a lot of talking just now, and we need to actually get moving if this is going to become a thing. And so I think what I want to do for the next little bit is I want to take that down, and I think I might take down that breeder too. That breeder, I think I want to move down here, right? Yeah, that's unless this has actually been successful, but it doesn't look like it. He's over there. These guys are in their cell. Do we have a baby? No babies. Yeah, I think we're gonna move these guys. Alrighty guys, so I've moved these villagers. Unfortunately we had one casualty, as you can see, all the rotten flesh. I was loading this area when it was dark, and yeah, stuff happened. Anyways, let's get rid of this. And what I want to say is breeders are difficult, especially like I just don't know what breeder to build, okay? And I don't need a terribly efficient breeder, because I mean, now that there's the whole zombification and this trade cycling, there's no reason for me to build a huge breeder that's super efficient. I just need a breeder that works so I can have somewhat of a trading hall or room or whatever. But at the same time, you know, I want my trading hall up top because, you know, that's nice and good. These villagers have low health, unfortunately, but I'm thinking what I'm going to do is kind of just go off my own design, you know. I haven't really done that in a while, and I think what I'll do instead of making the previous design that I just moved these villagers from and destroyed by impulse is I'll just make kind of a simple villager breeder and then make a crop farm, like having two separate farms. I get my carrots and I get to feed the villagers. So, and I only need these two. I don't need to have a third. So, I'm thinking I'm gonna have like a little like building here. So I think we'll make it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 by 7. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's move this guy a little bit. Well, I don't know how we're gonna get them in there. Actually, I want them outside the building while I build it. And the idea is we're gonna have the breeder inside of here. We're just gonna have the one cell because that'll pump out 2 villagers per in-game day, so 20 minutes, which is pretty nuts. That's pretty fast, really. Once it's all set up and we can feed them. I have some food now, but I'm going to be using these carrots to make the crop farm, which we're going to do right after we build this. But this should be a fairly simple little contraption here. And I do want the villagers to go up a pipe. It'll go up to the Sky City, but for now... so what I guess we'll do is we'll have... This is where the babies will go, right? And we'll have a little tunnel right over here, and I think we'll have the babies come however many blocks. It's 8, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So then they'll stop on this block and grow up, right? So I think we have to go up 1 block here, and then this is where they'll come up. Okay, that was actually perfect, really. Okay, so that should work, right? And so that's going to be where they pop out. That's going to be that. So we're going to have... Okay, I don't have enough beds at the moment. Yeah, I was kind of wrong, but I figured out a way to do it. So, yeah, I'm smart. Alright, that is not what I wanted to do, but we're going to need some room. Alright, so basically what we need to do is... Yeah, we have our signs, done, block, right? And so that way he comes here, boom, and then we have another water bucket right here. So when he grows, he's like, whoop, and he's like, yeet, boop. And yeah, so then what we're going to do is we're just going to have this go directly kind of into the bubble elevator right here. So, yeah, let's go ahead and figure this out. So I need some more water, and if we go ahead, grab some water, and we go ahead and put the water right here, we should see that this does that. Yep, perfect. Okay, so now this is going to come right to here, and this is going to be a water source right there. Okay, and so now what we need to watch out for is, well, we make sure that's Okay, so if we placed another water source here, we would get problems, right? So, what we're gonna do to get these guys up there is instead, this is a problem that I think I need to do some thinking about. So I don't want to do it in a lame way. Like, that's not cool. We don't want to do that in a lame way. No, sir. But I don't want to, like, just mess up either. Oh, good, they're both sleeping. Perfect. So, like I said, I got to think about how I'm going to do this. But we don't have any area up there anyways, and we're not going to be making villagers yet. So, for now, guys, that is going to be that. And I'm very tired, everyone. So, I think what we're going to do is, I think we're going to cut the episode short right here. And then basically, I started saying random stuff. Yeah, this is the next day of me editing this video. I can tell that I'm really tired in these last clips, so yes, the episode will be short, but we did get the tree farm finished, and we also tested it, and we also started work on a villager breeder, which we will finish next episode, so be looking for that.